What's up, you guys? It's your boy Miguel giving you your daily dose of radiation. Today's video, we're covering the things I wish I knew about the X-ray tech field before I majored in it. So, to give you context, I am a night shift X-ray tech. Been doing it for 4 years. Loved every minute of it. Dabble in a lot of day shifts since I work a lot of overtime at my job. By choice. Not, you don't have to. So, the X-ray in the essence, compared to other like office jobs, cubicle jobs, that some of the corporations' goal is to sell more products or to work towards a common goal of like productivity and stuff like that. X-ray, it's a different suit because you're not exactly working on like you don't control how many X-rays you do. Like it all comes down to if people get hurt and they come in, which is all random. So you technically can't really control that. So like it's a different like workflow, because it's not like every single day your manager is like on top of you for like trying to hit quotas, trying to be productivity. Like it's a little bit different when it comes to our field, because ours is like, okay, can we focus on giving the best customer experience? Are we able to can we step up our game on getting more like quality image? Like there's different, let me try to adjust the lighting a little bit. There's like different, like it varies, because like I have a cousin who's an accountant. He tells me his job and how it works, and I've done research as his job, and I'm like, it's a completely different dynamic compared to other jobs, because like we're actually helping people step by step. It can go from simple as a chest X-ray all the way to you're doing an enema. Most people who enter our field and are unaware of the fluoroscopy side, because they just think we just do X-rays, what gets them is when they're like, we have to do an enema. So for those who do not know, an enema is essentially when you inject contrast through the other regions. It can be both gastrographin, it can be air, it can be contrast, depending on what it is. That one right there, a bunch of people who do not know, when they figure out we have to do that, that's a no-go for them. Which, to be honest, if you're joining the medical field, bodily fluids in any part of our body should be already part of your thing. Like you should already kind of expect that you're going to be dealing with it. I suppose certain aspects of the medical field don't involve like the full body works, like where you could, because ours, you can see anything. You can X-ray anything, especially if you work in the emergency room like I do. Anything is fair game, depending. Well, I mean, all head stuff and that will go to CAT scan, but anyways, that's a big one that people don't understand. And the job repetition, like especially if you work at X-ray, like you will do chest X-rays 80% of the time, which I'm fine with it. I can do, if you just give me chest X-ray all day, I'll be fine. It'll be an easy day. Just one view chest X-ray. This is bread and butter. Easy. 30 seconds in and out, on to the next. Other people, eventually after doing that for a while, they'll get burnt out. And it gets tiring, I suppose. I've seen it in a few people. And then they choose to either go to other modalities or do different things and stuff like that. Or you could just go to other X-ray things where they, like ortho, where they do more extremity work, or there's like the spine. So there's different aspects if you just stay within the X-ray realm where you can go. But I'm just talking about X-ray as a whole here. Let's see what else. if you join our field, most likely you probably, unless you're at a brand new facility, don't expect no new equipment at all. Our stuff is like super expensive. So majority of the times, it's like you have the, what I call the grind car. Like let's say you have the 2001 Corolla, right? Well, ours is like a 2015 Toyota Corolla. Reliable, gets the job done, like bare minimum. Anytime anything breaks down, they're gonna look at it. They're gonna ask the people, how much does it cost to fix this? And they'll say a number. How much does it cost to replace it? They'll have a number. We're just gonna fix it. And we're just gonna fix it. That you can expect that will happen all the time. And usually what happens is all they do is kind of patch everything up, and then it'll be like a continuous cycle until it literally will be obsolete or it breaks down to the point where it costs too much to fix it. Then they'll kind of replace it maybe, or you'll just get a hand-me-down from a different department that either upgraded or doesn't need their stuff. So just already know you're no new equipment. At my place, there's techs who's been there for 20 years, and they're like, Miguel, since I've been here, we still had those same 2 portables. And I'm like, they've been telling us 10 years ago they were gonna replace them. They're still here. And I'm like, well, dang. So, and everything takes super long to get done. If you want to raise, if you want involving upgrades and corporate, it has to go through so many filters to get done because of both the legal stuff and the medical stuff, HR. It gets so complicated that it's almost like the government, where there's a backlog where it can be a simple fix, but technically you gotta dwindle down. There's so many things like that our field has to deal with. So that's something you can expect. Majority of the times, the people who you work with, it's kind of at least where I work with, I work at a trauma 3 ER center. It's a set amount of roles, so it's a set amount of people. So they stagger their shifts. So most likely you'll probably see the same people every single day, especially on your shift. It may vary depending if they're ours has multiple locations, but it's a small, tiny group that you'll kind of be with a small amount of variation depending on the workflow and if people get called in or not, or sick or PTO. There's various difference, but majority of the times you'll kind of have your own little group, I guess you'll call, that you work with, and you'll kind of get used to working with. So there is solo independence in the career, where you'll just go by yourself and do x-rays. But as a unit, as a team, you're kind of stuck with the same people. Unless you do mobile mobile x-ray and stuff, then you can kind of just be completely solo by yourself, which is nice on both sides. Let's see what else. I suppose the patient, depending, I guess, you would think, okay, you're going to the medical field, you're gonna go help people. People are gonna be like, oh, thank you for helping me. Da, 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 da. If you want that, you could go be a nurse, because that's not you're not gonna get that kind of I guess gratification. Or anytime you see anyone, especially in the emergency room, and they're in pain, and they're if their bone is potentially broken or displaced or anything, and you go in there with your little x-ray board and you got to put it under them, they're going to be screaming, they're going to be hollering, they're going to be mad. There's been so many times where I've gotten verbally disrespected to. Some of it ain't even come out of them being mad. It's just because they're in pain. Or other times, it'll be like they're just genuinely mad because, like, maybe that day they have other stuff going on in their life, or it's been so full and busy in the emergency room and you're just now getting to them. So there's different aspects to that. But just know, majority of the time, we do not get that kind of thank you or anything like that. Just know. Even like, if you go from the other side of, like, the hospital as a whole, and, like, all the, like, extra stuff and all the thank yous and all that, majority of the time it will go to the nurses. It will go to every department. Even in your own department, it'll go like CAT scan, ultrasound, all the other ones, and then X-rays, like, at the very bottom of the gratitude. Just know that from the beginning, we are like the orphan childs of the medical field. Just that's something you should already kind of understand and know. Now, I know you're like, Miguel, you've been saying all this bad stuff. Yeah, I have. It's just the reality of the situation of what I work. My lady, she's a nurse. Completely different side of the, I guess, of the world of the medical field. All kudos and all fun, but a lot of responsibility, I'll tell you that. Which I'll never do that. I can't. Too much work. As far as, like, documentation and stuff goes, is way less on our side. Unless someone gets hurt. Then we have to document more. But, like, from the other stuff, that's pretty simple. In and out. Basic notes of, you just ask the patient, what's going on? And they're like, my chest hurts 2 days. That's it. Chest pain 2 days. Or, like, you ask them, is there a certain spot that hurts? They're like, right here. You're like, okay, chest pain, upper apices, upper chest, or whatever you want to say. Simple stuff like that. I would say that majority of the times from a day to day, it is kind of repetitive. But sometimes it's kind of nice to just go in and you already kind of know what to expect on the day to day. Like, even if you kind of zone out, or maybe you're not the best, maybe you didn't sleep good, maybe a lot of stuff going on in your life outside, and you're stressed. It's very simple task majority of the time. It's just a simple chest, simple this, simple that. It's like room 12, chest X-ray, one view. You just go in, boom. It's like simple. Now, if there's trauma, then sometimes you got to put a little thinking cap on, because maybe the patient's, like, leg is dislocated. There's blood everywhere. There's, like, everyone in the ER. There's, like, the whole ER nursing. There's, like, 3 doctors. There's ortho. There's a bunch of stuff going on. And then your little thinking cap has to go on, and you kind of have to lock in sometimes. Which, from day to day, it does get exciting doing those every once in a while. But if you want that kind of level of excitement, I would go to Trauma 1. And almost every single day, every hour, you'll probably get crazy stuff like that. If that's what you're into, go to Trauma 1. If you want something more chill and more calm, and then occasionally you get some of those, Trauma 3. And then if you don't want to see none of that, you can go to Trauma 4. That's how I would put it. But just know that your pay will always, the less trauma level, the less you're going to make. Just for general, I mean, unless you have a bunch of experience, then it's different. But that's kind of just a little no. Yeah, it's been your boy Miguel, giving you the knowledge that you probably won't find out here in the internet of our field. And yeah, see you on the next one.